Support comes from Seattle Rep, presenting the return of The Play That Goes Wrong, back by popular demand this June. This award-winning comedy follows the Cornley Drama Society as their production unravels with missed cues, collapsed scenery, and onstage mishaps. Performances begin June 11th on the Bagley Wright stage. Tickets and information at seattlerep.org.
You know, every day on Up First, NPR's Golden Globe-nominated morning news podcast, we bring you three essential stories. At the heart of each story are questions. What really happened? What really mattered? What happens next? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious and to follow the facts. Follow Up First wherever you get your podcasts and start your day knowing what matters and why.
Hey, Meet Me Here listeners. Jeannie Yandel here. It's Friday, and if you don't have any weekend plans yet, have no fear. We're here to help. Our friend and Soundside producer Jason Burrows is here with his Weekend Warmup. Ideas for fun, unique stuff to do this weekend. Take it away, Jason.
Thank you, Jeannie. And would you look at that? It is time for the Weekend Warmup. And hoo boy, do we have a lot to get through. Our first stop is at the movies. Once again, I want to say thank you to Festival Programming Manager Megan Leonard for joining us on Soundside to talk about the Seattle International Film Festival. It kicks off on Thursday and runs through Sunday the 17th, and across those 11 days, there are over 200 movies for you to check out. So what are you waiting for? Personally, I'm most excited for the WTF side of SIFF. You know, wild, terrifying, and fantastic. I will be at the Nightmare Fuel short film feature on Saturday evening, and there are a ton of options for you to check out over the weekend, so go get your SIFF on. You can grab full festival passes or single screening tickets at siff.net/festival. Another multi-day festival that kicks off this weekend is Seattle Beer Week. As you might imagine, it's billed as a week-long celebration of all things beer here in the greater Seattle area, with a bunch of fun-looking events happening this weekend. There is the Seattle Beer Week kickoff Kill the Keg on Friday evening at Ounce's Beer Garden and Tap Room on Delridge Avenue, or the Seattle vs. Olympia Hot Dog Relay Throwdown at Halcyon Brewing on Saturday afternoon, or Bricks and Brews at Urban Family Brewing on Monday. It's beer and Legos. That's awesome. There is a huge list of events that runs through Saturday the 16th, so we will throw that link in the show notes. Speaking of all things German, which we weren't, MyFest is happening this weekend up in Leavenworth. Everyone's favorite Bavarian village comes alive with the sights and sounds of spring for MyFest. There are beer gardens, the Maypole celebration, a parade down Front Street, Kinderfest on Saturday, and the Blaumenlauf flower run on Sunday. It is a full weekend of Bavarian fun, all taking place in one of the most picturesque spots in the state, Leavenworth. And also shout out to Leavenworth for being the topic of one of our first ever Soundside episodes. You will always hold a piece of our heart, you strange fake Bavarian town. Another picturesque option for the weekend is out in Kittitas. The Kittitas Environmental Educational Network is hosting Get Intimate with Shrub Step. Here's what they say on the website. Immerse yourself in the wild beauty of the Yakima River Canyon. From breathtaking birding field trips to live adult lamprey releases, you'll experience the intricate connections between land, water, and wildlife. Explore the landscape with expert guides on hikes highlighting wildflowers, raptors, geology, reptiles, and river ecology, or visit educational booths featuring live animals and conservation groups from across the state. Maybe not the kind of intimacy I was expecting, but hey, as a person who loves the outdoors and nature, this sounds genuinely fun. The full list of events, workshops, and booths is enormous, so as always, it'll be in the show notes. Get Intimate with Shrub Step runs from Friday through Sunday at the Yakima Canyon Interpretive Center in Ellensburg. Speaking of wildlife, which we were, Saturday is the World Migratory Bird Day celebration out at Seward Park Audubon Center. From 11 until 3, you can come explore the park, check out educational displays about the different birds that are migrating, talk with naturalists who can help you identify birds, and just enjoy this beautiful patch of old-growth forest right here in the city. I know I've said it before, but Seward Park truly is one of my favorite places in Seattle, and I'm excited to go spend more time there on Saturday. Another big event on Saturday is the Beat the Bridge Race Fun Run and Walk. It is a big fundraiser for type 1 diabetes research, and it kicks off bright and early at 7:45 at Husky Stadium. There's an 8K race, a 3-mile walk, or a 1-mile fun run, so get out and beat the bridge on Saturday. Next up, another walking event, this one for your furry friends. The Lake Sammamish State Park Walk and Wag. It's a day of dog-friendly action with a 3K walk that begins at 10 a.m., a canine costume contest, puppy yoga featuring adoptable puppies, and more. It's all put on by the Friends of Lake Sammamish State Park and starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday out in Issaquah. Next, up on Whidbey Island, you can head to the Penn Cove Water Festival in KUOW. It's an all-day event celebrating Native American culture with tribal canoe races. The Lummi Nation Blue Lightning Canoe family will be performing. There are native arts and crafts vendors, storytelling, authentic native foods, youth activities, along with all sorts of exhibits and displays. The event starts at 11 a.m. and runs through 5 p.m. on Saturday up in KUOW. Now, don't forget that Sunday is Mother's Day, and if you need flowers for your mom, you might want to hit up the 18th Annual Pike Place Market Flower Festival. More than 30 flower vendors will have their bloomingest best on display from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. on both Saturday and Sunday. Bouquets will be bursting with tulips, daffodils, irises, and the season's favorite, peonies. So go get mom some flowers. And if you would rather see tiny trees instead of bundles upon bundles of flowers, then head out to Federal Way for Bonsai Fest at the Pacific Bonsai Museum. It's 2 full days of bonsai and bonsai-related activities with displays and demonstrations, custom poems, arts and coloring stations for the kids, food trucks, and a limited edition pin. The art of bonsai is fascinating, and you can catch it all on both Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. out in Federal Way. Now, last but not least, a quick sports update. The Mariners have 3 games against the White Sox in Chicago this weekend, but don't despair. Lumen Field has soccer action for you this weekend. The Seattle Sounders take on San Diego FC on Saturday at 7:30, while the Seattle Reign face off against the Washington Spirit at 4 p.m. on Sunday. And that is it. As usual, we will have links to all of these events in the show notes. And if you would like to suggest an event for future installments of the Weekend Warmup, shoot us an email, arts@kuow.org. Thank you for listening to Meet Me Here. I am Jason Megatron Burrows, and that's what you could be doing this weekend.
Support comes from Seattle Rep, presenting the return of The Play That Goes Wrong, back by popular demand this June. This award-winning comedy follows the Cornley Drama Society as their production unravels with missed cues, collapsed scenery, and onstage mishaps. Performances begin June 11th on the Bagley Wright stage. Tickets and information at seattlerep.org.
Soundside brings you beyond the headlines with news and conversation rooted in the Pacific Northwest. I'm Libby Dankman. Every week I sit down with local journalists for Soundside's Front Page, where we give you a shortcut to understanding the latest news and cultural moments and how they affect us here in the Puget Sound region. It's all here on Soundside, on the radio or streaming Monday through Thursday at noon and 8 p.m. on KUOW, on the KUOW app, or wherever you get your podcasts.